Well, what's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you again. How y'all doing? After that Dallas Cowboy victory the other night against Tom Brady. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Tom Brady, we put him on the couch for 2023. It remains to be seen if he's even ever going to play again, but you know how Tom Brady is. I'm sure he will come back next year. May not be for Tampa Bay, but let's talk about this game. Was that the Dallas Cowboys that showed up for that game against the Bucks? And I had a feeling that the Cowboys were going to win this game for some reason. Don't ask me why. Just had that vibe that the Cowboys did not want to go home, and I hope they have that same vibe this week against, yeah, you know who, San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a different team we're facing this week, folks. It's not going to be like the Bucks. The Bucks were just not a good team this year, even though they did have Tom Brady. But the Cowboys defense stepped up in this game, and the offense stepped up. We only had 2 penalties, as I said in my keys to the game. Cowboys had to show up and show out for this game if they were going to advance to the divisional round, which they did against the 49ers. But they got their work cut out tomorrow night. I think the Cowboys can do it if they play the same type of game they did against the Bucks. And that's Dak didn't throw any interceptions, as I said in my previous video. The penalties were held to a minimum, as I said in my previous video, and also the Cowboys' offense was clicking, namely in the tight ends. Dalton Schultz had 2 touchdown catches. CeeDee Lamb had a touchdown, and Michael Gallup had a touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful catch on the end line there. Dak was just on fire. He was running like the Dak of old. He looked like 2016 Dak Prescott. So if we can get that again in this game, and we can get ahead in this game, you know, I look back on some of San Francisco's games that they lost, and you know, some of the games that they lost, in fact, one of the 2 of the games that I watched was before Purdy was even the quarterback for the 49ers, but they got burned on deep balls. So if the Cowboys can somehow, some way, get some deep balls down the field, give Dak enough time to throw the ball deep to maybe MG or T.Y. Hilton or even CD, you know, get down the field. Maybe we can open this game up, and our defense can pin our ears back and just rush Purdy. Purdy's never really been behind. You know, he hadn't played that many good teams since he's been in there. So if we can get ahead in this game and get it to the point where the 49ers are behind and have to throw the ball, and we know they have to throw the ball, we got a chance, folks. We got a chance. We can win this game. Cowboys just have to keep the intensity up. We have very few injuries this week. The only player that started last week that is out for the game is Jason Peters with a hip injury. He'll be out for this game, probably out for the season at his age, 40 years old. But it's okay because we can bring Connor McGovern in at guard and slide Tyler Smith over to left tackle. We're good. No problems there. We still have a solid offensive line for this game. I hope and pray nobody else gets hurt, but Tyron Smith's holding his own in there at right tackle. Of course, we got Hall of Famer at right guard there, Martin, and our center's back, so we're good. Kind of feel like the Cowboys are gonna rush Tony Pollard a little bit more in this game. Maybe use Dak for short yardage and goal line opportunities. But when we get in the red area, we have to score touchdowns. We cannot kick field goals because we all know the saga of one Brett Maher. That's right, Brett Maher, who laid the biggest egg last week. Thank God, thank God we were ahead, way ahead, and those 4 missed extra points that that's a record, folks. No one has ever done this in the history of the NFL. Missed 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 extra points. It's hard to believe that could even happen. But Brett Maher did it, folks. Leave it to the Cowboys to have a kicker that would do that. But he's been money. They called him Money Maher all year long. He's been doing great. And then all of a sudden he lays this big egg against the Bucks. Could not get a extra point. I felt sorry for the poor guy, man. I mean, after he missed the second one, I was like, come on, man, make this one. I never dreamt he would pull this one to the opposite side. He pulled the first one to the his right. The second one went over the top of the goalpost, over the right goalpost. He missed it by about a foot. Then the third one, he pulled all the way to the right. And then the fourth one, I don't even remember what he did on the fourth one, but he missed it too. And bless his heart, I mean, he was shattered after that. And they didn't even attempt to go a field goal. They had a chance where he could have done it. He could have tried a field goal there, and Dak ended up throwing a touchdown pass to C.D. Lamb over in the left flat. So thank God that it all worked out, and we didn't lose that game by 4 points or 3 points or whatever it could have been. Because he'd have been out of the. They probably wouldn't even let him back on a plane after that game if the Cowboys would have lost by that many points. But in an insurance effort, the Cowboys did sign another kicker to the practice squad, one Tristan Vizcaino. I've heard of this guy, but I mean, he's been around so many teams. I know he played, I believe it was for the Chargers for a cup of coffee. He's been with the Bills. He's been with a couple of teams. He's not that good. I mean, I think they more or less signed him as just put a little pressure on Maher to know, hey, you screw up again, you're gone, you know. But in practice, Vizcaino kicked 5 kicks, I believe, and he missed 2 of them. And Maher made all of his kicks. So he is going to start in the game. Maher will. So let's hope and pray he has a better game. The Cowboys seem to have his back. All the Cowboys like him. C.D. Lamb even said, hey, you bailed us out a bunch of times. So keep your head up. You can do this. And I don't know if he just got a case of the yips or what it was, but Brett Maher, it might come down to the game where, you know, he wins the game for the Cowboys tomorrow night. You never know. And wouldn't that be a story, man, if he misses 4 field goals, extra points in the last game, and then he ends up having the winning kick in tomorrow night's game. I mean, that would be sensational. He'd be on top of the world again. So that's about all that's going on right now in the world. Oh, Jaron Curse. I wanted to mention Jaron Curse is limited, but he was limited in practice, but he says he is 100% playing. He's not going to miss his game. So that's good to hear. We need Jaron Curse out there. Simi Fehoko, who was injured, and Delvin Harper, who was injured on the practice squad, they're back on the practice squad, but they're unlikely to be elevated to the 53 or the 48 for this game. So just a little bit of housekeeping there. Let's see. We also signed Sheldon, I can't pronounce his last name. Oh, Redwine. He's a defensive back. We signed him to the practice squad the last couple of days. So other than that, that's really all of the transactions that the Cowboys have made prior to this game as of late. So if anything else breaks, I'll be sure and get back with you. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it. With that being said, let's go Cowboys. Let's get this game and get to the championship game. Let's get off the snide here. Talk at you later. I'm out.